Frodo moves closer to Mordor.
How do we know Frodo is alive?
What does your heart tell you?
Come, Master. Come to Smeagol.
It is time. Give him the sword of the king.
Become who you were born to be. This is your test. Every path you have trod through wilderness, through war, has led to this road.
We shall see the Shire again.
All you have to decide is what to do at the time that is given to you.
All right, what's up, everyone? This is AJ Gribble, and you're listening to Deep Cuts. Oh shit, let me just restart that. Oh my god, already off to a good start.
Every time I try and shoot content, I'm like, "Well, come to our show," and yeah,
we're doing good here. All right, what's up, everyone? This is AJ Gribble, and you're listening to Deep Cuts. I'm excited about today's episode because I'm welcoming back a favorite guest of the show, Joe Edwards from metal band Shields. It's been 8 years. Oh.
I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. It's cool. We can keep that.
Tell you what, if you want to go again, that's totally fine. We can do this. We
will get this. No, I'll just keep going from there. I'll introduce you in at the end. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
By the way, yeah.
All right. It's been 8 years since Shield's last full-length release, and now they're finally back with a brand new album, Death and Connection, dropping January 30th. If you follow the band, you already know how much weight, emotion, and honesty they bring into their music, and this record feels like a huge moment, not just for Shields, but for anyone who's been waiting for their return. Joe's been on the show before, so it's great to have him back to talk about the journey to this album, the time away, and what it means to finally put this record out into the world. So let's get right into it. This is Joe Edwards from Shields, right here on Deep Cuts. Joe, thank you so much for being here today, and we got that.
We got it. Good. Thanks for having me again. It's great to see you.
Of course. From the listeners of my show, you're one of the talked about guests a lot on the show.
It?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thank you to every single person who's checked it out and talked to Alex about this. Much appreciated.
Of course. Yeah. You're the band that I really put people onto. I really obviously huge fan. I always tell people about you and shout you guys out.
Dude, thank you. That's fucking awesome. Can I swear on this show? Is that okay?
Yeah, say whatever you want.
Okay, good. Well, fuck yeah, that's great. No, dude, thank you. I remember you saying, giving, Life in Exile praise. Don't know if you heard the new record. Don't know if that PR team sent that to you yet.
No, not the full thing, just what's been out.
Okay, cool. I can shoot that over to you. It's out in a couple of weeks, so got no issues with that.
Awesome.
Press people got
it. Cool. Well, yeah, man, so I'll just get right into it. So, it's been 8 years since the last album. What finally made this feel like the right time for Shields to come back with the full-length record?
Well, I think after we did our reunion show, the little surprise guest spot at Burn It Down Festival in a place called Torquay in England, which we were just asked to do a one-off show at. The fact that we got writing again before that show happened, we wanted to kind of come back with a single at least. Just like Shield and a bit more. The fact that we did that, it primed us to feel like writing together was a good thing, not only because we were like, oh, this works, but we just had such a good time doing it, me and Sam. It was really like we were 16 years old again. I think writing together brought a real youthfulness to our lives that we'd been missing, and the fact that we'd known each other so long. Sam and I have known each other for 21 years this year, 2026. So I think that level of history and friendship, and with all the stuff we've been through, with being in a band together, touring all around Europe and the UK, and obviously the traumas we experienced together, we're so fucking close. And with music being such an important part of both of our lives, of course, music is the thing that got us as friends together in the first place. It only just felt right to come back after all this time away and doing all these insane things and having experienced completely different lives for about 5 years. It just felt like a really nice way of coming back home. Is the best way I can put it. I think then after the comfortability came back with our creative process, that was when we felt ready to write a record again. And I think we kind of needed to write the record. I think we've both gone through a lot since Shields ended, and we needed to just squeeze out those last dregs of awfulness through a structured creativity.
Well, I'm glad that you guys are back, going into it with the new full length. And like I know when you released that first single a few years back, Bury Me, right? That was
Yes.
the one. I remember you guys were posting videos in the studio after that. So I was really anticipating a lot more. So I'm glad that it's finally all coming to fruition.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, it was funny because we weren't posting about it online. We were just quite dormant for a little while whilst we were doing the record. There wasn't much for us to post.
Mm.
But on me and Sam's socials, we'd obviously post each other quite a lot, just being idiots in this studio right here that I'm sitting in, which is Sam's studio that we are practicing in this weekend, and that's why you see all the equipment set up.
Oh, sick.
So we got into this studio 2 years ago to this month, like literally on the 1st of January. Me and Sam were in here setting up. There was nothing in here. It was just like a bunch of junk. It was a bit of a dumping ground for the house. And so we cleared it out, we tied it up, and we brought this stuff in and made it a studio. And so that's where we did Death and Connection. We were in here like 6 months straight, writing the majority of the record, recording it, editing it, and now rehearsing it.
Wow. Wow, that's a
Yeah.
lot.
It was very intense. We both came to writing this record with some demos and some ideas, but nothing was really finished. And it was only a few things. Some things didn't even make the cut. We made like 30 different things for then narrow it down to 12 songs.
Mm.
Which I feel for us is important to do because then we get the best of what we're going for.
Mm.
But it was basically completely written in here. It was a pretty special time in both of our lives.
Do you feel it's hard trying to narrow down, like you said, like all those different songs and tracks you made? Do you feel it's really hard? Like you said, I know you said it's like getting the best of what you have to narrow down to 12, but still making that decision. Is it like tough trying to do that?
Not always, but it can be because you get very attached to your songs, don't you? So I think a healthy part of the creative process is being ready to let go of anything, and I think that comes with releasing music. Some people, I've worked with people who hold on to music, and I've been a victim of this too, to hold on to their best songs until it's the right time to release it. I think if you've written your best song to date, the sooner you release it, the sooner you can write something better. You're not stuck on that one thing. You don't put it on the pedestal and think that that's the best thing you're going to write. You should always think that if I release this, I can always write something better after as well.
Okay. I like that. That's a nice mentality to think like that.
Just to kind of if you love it, let it go kind of thing.
And with the album title, Death and Connection, it's really striking. And what does that phrase mean to you personally, and how does it reflect like the themes of the record?
Well, the name Death and Connection, and I guess the thematic concept for the record, all came after the record was finished. I think we probably decided on the name near the end of the process or when it was finished. But the Death and Connection means two things. The obvious one is that our record is about the record that we've written, Death and Connection, is about this. It's a tribute to those who no longer are in our lives, but still hold some kind of emotional space, whether that has been like the death of loved ones or friends or the partners, our ex-partners. So it's kind of like a departure album of grief. But we didn't intend it on being like that. We just wrote whatever we thought was good, basically, and it turned out that this was the stuff that we needed to creatively get out of our system. There's the main thing. So Death and Connection, they're one and the same, but they're also the two things the record is about.
Right.
The second meaning of Death and Connection, and the reason why it's called that, is because it is a polar opposite title to our first record, Life in Exile. And I think that was a starting point. We had the idea originally of maybe doing like a trio of albums. So it'd be Life in Exile, Death and Connection, which is the opposite, and then what's after death, maybe like Rebirth or something like that. And
okay,
maybe that's a concept we'll explore again. But as of this time, that's kind of how Death and Connection sat in with that. And I like that it's the opposite of the last album because it is a very different album to Life in Exile, and it's also very differently written, and we're different people. We're actually just completely different as human beings and more grown up and more matured, more ourselves. I think Death and Connection is kind of a departure from what people know as Shields before we broke up.
Mm. I like that. I like how it's like the complete opposite of Life in Exile, and then possibly the third, maybe a trilogy of stuff. I like that. I really like that idea.
Yeah, I think it would be cool. But we're exploring ideas for the third record. Who knows what or when that will be, but I think it'll be another development of our sound in a way that people don't expect.
So Shields going country? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm taking it right down to Appalachia. We're hitting them Blue Mountains.
I love
Stanley, eat your heart out. Where's my banjo?
Yeah. Banjo solos on every song.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, you know what? We're kind of getting there already on this record. I was tracking strings like violins. I was tracking my mandolin. We've got acoustic guitars. I was one banjo string away from making this a bluegrass record.
Hey, dude, I'd be so down for that.
It's coming.
And especially after like a long gap in between records, did you notice anything different between your writing process between it?
Absolutely. Life in Exile was really it was basically Sam's record. Sam wrote all the songs and the majority of the lyrics, and I pitched in where I could. But at this point in Shields, I wasn't very creatively involved for just kind of interpersonal band reasons. I was also doing my own solo project. I was in a different kind of space where I wasn't very connected creatively to Shields, but we were touring it all the time, and Sam was doing all the writing. Now, what's different about Death and Connection is me and Sam 50-50 collaborated on this, which I think makes it very special for the two of us. We also had creative contributions from our ex-bass player Lawrence, who left to pursue his life as a family man. He's had a kid in the last year and a half, so he just made the commitment to his child instead of being in a band. He also lives quite far away, so it was a lot of time spent away from his child, which we all completely understand and respect as well. So the fact that he was on this record, and that's kind of like a part of him, he was with us before Shields broke up in the first place. He's on the record, and it feels great that we three are there. But Sam and myself made a very conscious decision that if we're coming back, we're doing this together. It's not going to be like one person. And that's why Death and Connection has kind of turned out the way it has, a bit more of a varied, diverse, kind of fresh take on what Shields are. Is because we wrote 50-50 on this. Some songs Sam wrote most of and other songs I wrote most of, but we had some kind of contribution to every song in some way or another. And we've both explored a plethora of different styles in the interim between Shields being together. Coming in with all these influences allowed us to step away from what we thought people wanted from Shields. And I guess a running theme throughout the album is that, we'd come up with an idea. One person might say, is that really Shields? Is that what we think people expect from us? And the other person might go, well, do you like this idea? And if the answer is yes, then we explore it. And that was it. It's like, do we like this? Is this what we want to hear on a record? So we wrote the record that we wanted to hear, not the record that we thought anyone else expected from us.
Good. I like that. Yeah, definitely make something for you instead of what your audience would expect.
Yeah, it broadens your horizons creatively and allows you to just do things you think are good.
And with this album, what would you say were your inspirations? I guess like thematically, like it could be like any different artists as inspirations, any different like could be art pieces, movies, anything like.
Well, I think it's a big inspiration for me and Sam. We're huge Lord of the Rings fans, as I'm sure, as we both know that we both are. And a big part of like Howard Shore's soundtrack for Lord of the Rings plays a part in the way that we write music. There's a title track, Death and Connection, that features someone called Jonathan Finney, who is an opera singer. He's also Sam's dad. So that, Sam comes from a long line of opera singers, and his father is a phenomenal performer and singer, and we got him on to do this ending section on the title track Death and Connection. And the way I like to see the title track Death and Connection, not only in placement of the album and also that section where Jonathan comes in, it's this huge great big build up of like riffs and different kind of influences, and there's a whole like 2 or 3 minute guitar instrumental section in the middle that I wrote for it that is kind of like gets into Radiohead territory. That was my inspiration for that, by the way. But then we get to this final metal massive riff build up, and we arrive at what I like to see visually as at the gates of Mordor, and in the middle, right in the middle of the stereo image, is this amazing opera performance, and either side of it are these like walls of guitar that just feel like the black gates of Mordor. It's amazing. It's a really phenomenal piece, part of the album, and a really special song for me because it's a song that me and Sam really did just go 50-50 on, in terms of he made a section and I made a section, and then I might write something and Sam would kind of like change it slightly and become something else, and then I'd write this epic instrumental bit, and then we'd build it together. And Larry is on that track as well, our old bass player. I think we were very inspired by what were we listening to around that time. It's hard to say. I think the influences we'd gathered over the last few years played a part in how we approach things. Like, you know, I've recently been getting into a lot more electronics and sound design. I think what was inspiring for us was just the aspect of being able to play with music. We weren't working, we were playing, and we were just kind of finger painting with sounds. The thematic inspirations really came from our experiences we'd had in the last 8 years, I guess. Because we had gone through a multitude of difficult things. You know, it's no secret that our guitarist George died. That features a part of the album. We obviously released a song called Miss Me, which is about his funeral. My brother sadly passed away. A lot of my stuff in the album is about that. We've had breakups. Sam was married, I was engaged. It's been a lot of big things. I think thematically we just needed to write about that stuff to process it. We didn't, like I said, there was no inspiration behind the themes because we just started writing and that was the stuff that came out. Yeah. Gotcha.
And I really like that. Death and Connection, that song isn't out yet, right? That's still like waiting on part of the album?
That's correct. Yeah, it'll come out on January 30th when the record comes out. But
okay. I'm excited to hear that one.
Yeah, I think it's probably my favorite on the album, actually. So I'm looking forward to hearing your feedback from it. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, definitely. And I definitely know you're big Lord of the Rings fans. You're always posting on Instagram.
So good.
Yeah.
Films. I'm currently just finishing Return of the King, my yearly rotation of the extended trilogy.
Yeah, I just I think I'm halfway through Two Towers right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I just got I got a new projector in my room, so I was, of course, testing out with Lord of the Rings because what else would I do, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to waste it.
Yeah. So I'm going through the movies, then obviously I'm going to go back and do the appendices documentaries because you have to.
Oh, so good. I love watching all their stories about the stuff on set, and there's so much. There's just so much to go through, and it's great.
There really is. It's like, a more like, it's like a whole TV show in itself afterwards.
Yeah. Because you see like cutaways of like Viggo Mortensen in Aragorn gear, like fishing and stuff like that. And one cut. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, it's like it's like 4:00 in the morning. The sun's rising, and he's just there, by the lake, just fishing. I love it.
It's so good. There's one story of like the stunt double for Frodo, who's the actor who played, I think, the Oompa Loompas in the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I've forgotten his name. I'm sure you'll recognize the story where they're in the boat sailing from where Galadriel lives, where the fuck that's called.
I think I know this story.
The dyslexia gets the head of me. But they're in the boat sailing down the river, and they're shooting, and the boats aren't very stable. They're not really built very well. They just look nice, and of course, he's in the boat, and the stunt double's in the boat, and the stunt double goes, "Viggo," and Viggo's like, "What is it?" It's like, "If the boat tips over, save yourself." It's like, what? It's like, the boat tips over, save yourself. I can't swim.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love the
Good.
story with Sean Bean. He refuses to. Was it him who wouldn't get in the helicopter? So he would
Yeah.
walk up the mountains when everyone else would fly up
Yeah,
to
to
the
the
like
Path of
top.
Caradhras. Yeah.
Yeah. Like they would just look down and they see a little speck and it's just Sean Bean just walking up the mountain.
In costume as well.
Yep.
Yeah. It's Boromir walking alone up the mountain.
I love it. Like they were so dedicated.
They were. I mean, they really dedicated themselves to the part. Andy Serkis audition for Gollum is he goes all in. Like no wonder he got the part.
Yeah. Yeah, he's amazing. I'm excited that he's directing was it The Search for Gollum
Yeah.
movie? I'm so
Yeah, yeah.
excited.
Have you heard the rumors that well, not rumors, but fans want Henry Cavill to play Aragorn because Viggo Mortensen isn't coming back for that.
Ooh, that could work.
I think so. I can't think of anyone off the top of my head who I'd rather be. I think Henry Cavill's a good choice. A bit more
Yeah.
jacked than Aragorn, but maybe he could lose a bit of weight. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure. Because especially him as the Witcher, like he's got that vibe down with like the sword play and everything too. Like
Yeah.
he could fit really well.
And he's a nerd. Dude loves Warhammer. He's into it. He
Yeah.
gets it. Yeah.
I'm excited for his Warhammer show. That's gonna be really cool.
Has he got a Warhammer show?
Yeah, with Amazon.
Nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's gonna be sick.
That's
But all right, yeah. Back on track here.
I could talk about Lord of the Rings all day.
Oh, dude, yeah, me too. Like I literally have Sting like in the corner of my room here.
Is it? Show
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. All right. Hold on one second.
Yo.
Yeah, man.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it doesn't light up, but that would be sick. But it's got the Elvish writing.
Oh man, that's so cool.
Yeah, man.
That is so cool. I want one. Oh man,
Yeah, man.
that's so cool. How did it? Where did you get it?
When I used to live in Pennsylvania, I used to go to the Renaissance Fair, and they had them there.
Dude, I want one.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's very cool. That's got
Yeah.
me very excited.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, I'm sure you can find one somewhere.
Yeah, a man can dream. One day.
One day, one day.
One day.
But all right, yeah. Back to the questions now. Well, we can talk about that later. Lord of the Rings. All right. So was there a specific song on the album that like unlocked everything else creatively, or felt like the emotional center of the record?
I think, well, I'd started writing Red and Green before we got into the studio. The lyrics for that were done. I think I'd go into this record knowing that I'd be writing a lot about my brother and different parts of my grieving process to do with that or this and that. But he was a poet, so there was some lyrics we used from his poems that we incorporated them into the album, which was really nice. But early on in the process, I wrote "This Is Not a Dream," which is the opening track of the record, which is a 4.5 minute spoiler, 4.5 minute spoken word kind of soundscape, sound design piece of like synths and no guitars, just me and these kind of synths. And that was early on in the process, and I kind of just was playing around with synth sounds that we could use and learning about this synth here that we got in the studio, just kind of get used to it, and was just punching stuff into Logic and came up with a melody that developed into a song. And that night I knew that I needed to finish the song that night, otherwise it wouldn't be the same. And there was something about it that I knew I needed to just get out. So I was like, okay, I know I'm going to be writing about my brother on this record. I'm just going to start and see where that goes. And I wrote a couple of lines, and before I knew it, I wasn't writing about my brother at all, but in fact a really awful and traumatic experience I had at the hands of my ex, who features fairly semi-heavily on this record. And it was just one of these songs where I had no inhibitions up. Everything went down, and this song just fell out of me. Like the lyrics just fell straight onto the paper. I didn't think about them. I was just writing and seeing where it went. And every single lyric that I put down in the order that I wrote it down made the cut of the song. And the song was a real emotional just dump I was really just like therapizing myself through creativity at this point. And I stayed up to about 5 a.m. patching in the vocals for this song really roughly, just on a V7 dynamic microphone. I thought I'll just demo this up, and I think this is one that I'm going to keep to myself. This is a song that no one's going to hear, maybe not even Sam. So I woke up the next day, and me and Sam came into the studio, and he was like, "Why are you up so late?" And I was like, "I've been working on this song. I don't know if I really want to show you, but you're my brother, so I just fucking here you go." Sam listened to it and was speechless for a second, and turned around and went, "Dude, this should not only be on the record, it needs to open this record."
Wow.
And I think just like saying yes to that allowed me to be very vulnerable throughout the whole process and just let things fall out of me creatively. Once you accept that you're putting a very, very exposing, very vulnerable piece of work out to the world that a lot of people are going to hear, it's very explicit in the language I use and the way I deliver it, because I was just really rawly re-experiencing this horrible memory and just putting it straight down in a way that, I wasn't really caring about the quality of the microphone or quality of takes. Some of the preamps saturates on some moments because I'm just talking too loudly or shouting. But it was so raw and honest that it couldn't not be used. And George Lever, who mixed the record, mixed and mastered it, who's done Sleep Token and Loathe, Holding Absence, Thornhill. He literally was just like, "I'm not going to touch this mix. What you've done here is so intentional that I'm just going to use what you've done." So the mix of the demo that I showed Sam is the one that starts the record.
Wow.
It was that just raw. It was just straight in to the computer, and that's what we got.
Wow. That's incredible.
It was very cathartic, and like I said, I think that set the tone for the record. That allowed me to be more free and creative and vulnerable with the things I was writing about.
Do you feel like it's good to be more vulnerable with something like that?
I think with something like that, yeah. Vulnerability has a time and a place, and I think it's important to accept vulnerability when you need to be vulnerable. Sometimes, I don't know, maybe vulnerability is just important in all art, because it's being vulnerable as an experience. It's something you accept and something you just allow to happen. And writing music doesn't have to be one thing. You don't just have to be vulnerable. You can be gated and aggressive, or you can be vulnerable and aggressive. And I think this record required vulnerability. Maybe the next record will require more curiosity about experimentation. But this record really required us to be vulnerable, and we were. I don't think we could have been anything else. We had a lot to unpack.
Yeah, and it's really good too sometimes because it shows a piece of who you are. Like you're exposing yourself to the world, essentially.
Yeah, actually, that is a huge bonus with vulnerability. People resonate with you being honest with yourself. And so far, we've got some very positive feedback from it with the stuff we've released from this record already.
Yeah, I essentially noticed that too with Miss Me. When you released that, I looked in the comments on Instagram, and a lot of people were really positive with it.
Yeah, that was another one that actually was written before the record. One that I didn't really have any intention of releasing either. I wrote it actually just days after George's funeral. Another track that was just music therapy, effectively. I was doing like my solo acoustic-y kind of stuff at the time, and I recorded. I think I was just playing guitar, and that thing just kind of came to fruition. The main theme of the sliding guitars, and then I just kind of wrote a song around it, and it stayed just in the vault, the demo jail, for years and years. And when we got to this album, it was so relevant to us. That the subject matter, this experience we'd both gone through in Shields, and it was an option, so we explored it, and it worked. I fleshed it out to be a bit more kind of Shieldsy, big guitars, a few more electronic elements and percussive stuff like that. Sam did a lot of the arranging for the final section where it gets heavy. They were the chords that I originally kind of wrote for it, but Sam arranged that section, and then I put some orchestration over a lot of it as well. Strings and some horns and some stuff like that. Backing vocals. and then that ends with just the acoustic guitar. And what's quite nice about that is another song where a lot of the elements from the demo remained in the final piece. So it wasn't the same mix, but when I recorded that song in my parents' front living room back in 2018, that's the acoustic guitars, that's the violins, that's some of the electric guitars too, on that track, which is really special because my parents no longer live in that house, and it was the house we grew up in. So that take at the end of the acoustic guitar, if you listen really closely, you can kind of hear some background noise that got a bit kind of cut out in the mixing process, but that you can kind of hear a little bit of the road that I grew up on, and that's kind of special to me as well.
Oh wow, that's really nice.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, very very intimate album for us.
and for fans who have been waiting all these years, what do you hope they take away from this album when they finally hear it front to back?
I hope that it makes them want to listen to it more than once. I don't think this is a once over kind of album. I actually think that the fact that it's not might deter some people.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's quite a complicated album. It's got a lot of complexity in the styles that we play with. It's not just one thing. However, I don't think that's a bad thing. All my favorite records took a couple of times over, if not maybe like 6 or 7 times over, for me to love them. And I hope that people are curious enough after hearing this record to go back and listen to it 7 more times, and through that process will understand it more and attach their own meanings to things and relate to it in their own ways. I don't think it's like an instant radio banger album. I think it's an album that you sit and kind of go on the journey with us through. We really, in arranging the track list for this album, really tried to create a journey with a well-structured kind of like moving up into intensity and then down into like a calmer kind of more chilled vibe, and then bringing it up into intensity, and then finishing the album with Miss Me, which ends on these nice acoustic guitars in the major key.
See, I feel like that's very important too with albums, is like to listen front to back and multiple times, because there's always albums like, say it's like highly anticipated, or it's like talked about, you listen to it and you're just like, that was okay, and it's not till like years later when you go back and you're like, oh, like I really enjoy this. Like a recent experience with me was Deftones' self-titled album.
Nice.
For the longest time I just wasn't a big fan of it, but like I loved their albums, and it wasn't until like this past few months where I went back and like I love it now.
Yeah.
So I feel like experiences like that definitely should happen with albums, is listen to it multiple times, keep coming back to it.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it makes you value it because you sunk your time into it as well. It's like people. I mean, that's one reason why I like real physical records. I'm very excited the fact that this album is printed to vinyl, because you are physically attached to making it happen. You put the record on, you change it halfway through, you listen to it, you put it back in the case, you read by hand the scripture on the inside and everything, the lyrics, and who wrote it and recorded it. And I think with streaming and stuff like that, I think the version of that is sinking your time into it. Time is something. It's the most valuable currency we have, and if you decide to listen to an album several times, I can only thank you, because that is you kind of attaching your time and your currency to that record. And I think there's value in kind of giving the art value.
Yeah.
In that way, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I love that you guys are able to press this on vinyl and CDs and have merch out for it. Like, I love that so much.
Yeah. Dude, I'm stoked on it. I'm very excited about the fact we have vinyls.
Yeah, and do you see possibly like Life in Exile getting any vinyl releases, or is that like a different situation? Or
it's been talked about. They were never printed to vinyl because we broke up before that happened. But
yeah, before that got big.
Yeah, but when we everything happened, we broke up and Life in Exile got released. But we had talked about doing a potentially like a 10-year anniversary print with some like never seen before 35 millimeter photos that I took on some of the last tours.
Oh, sick.
That's nice because George is there in some of these pictures, and we have the designs kind of mocked up already, and it's just, will it be something we do? I don't know, but it's got potential. Yeah.
Well, take my money already. I'll get it. Yeah, I remember last time I showed you the CD I have of Life in Exile, so I would definitely get it on vinyl.
Nice.
And Yeah, I love what you said too about like, physical media and art. Like it's a very like important thing now, like especially with streaming. Like it doesn't have that same value. Like obviously like my
Yeah.
whole collection here of shit, like I think it's very important to have physical media.
It's so good because you're like, you feel a part of the experience. Like when you listen to an album, you're just hearing it. But when you bought the album, you
Hmm.
put time and money into it. I think, you're like, wow, this is mine. I'm a part of this. You
Yeah.
feel much more close to the music or the band or, whatever. It's great. I think it's a wonderful thing. I'm very glad that it's actually a thing
Yeah.
still, and that it's actually come back in the last 10 years.
Yeah, I'm very happy about it. Even if the prices are ridiculous sometimes, but I'm glad it's back.
It's great. We've got a very cool vinyl design as well. We've got this like milk splattered design that echoes um the front cover of the record.
Mm.
I wish I hadn't taken them up to our merch store because we've got our order in right now. So
Uh-huh.
I gotta take one out and show you. But if you if you or anyone that's listening wants to like check them out, they're over at Shield Stop Bands. If you just want to see the design, they're pretty wonderful.
Yeah, and I haven't got my copy yet, but I definitely will soon.
Nice. Well, we're
Yeah,
shipping worldwide, so put your order in whenever you like.
yeah, yeah. Everyone, listen, please check that out. And with you have live shows coming up, right?
We do. We're on tour next month with a band called Villanova, who are currently the coolest thing in music.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they're great. Wonderful guys. Sam and I met them at their headline London show in August, and I think Sam had been talking to them a little bit before that, and they're great. We're really excited to tour with them, not because the shows are sold out, but also they're really fun guys. We've had a bunch of communication with them over a few things to do with like helping each other out with some of our behind the scenes band stuffs. Yeah, really fun guys, really creative, really interesting take on metalcore. I love it. Very excited to do these shows with Villanova.
Awesome. And are there any of the newer songs that you're excited to play live?
Yeah, we are adding Lacerate to the set, which is obviously we're playing more or less all the singles from Death and Connection we've released. And we're playing the song Lacerate, which has got Harvey Freeman from Graphic Nature on them on that track. I don't know if you know band Graphic Nature. They're a UK London-based band who were just on Stray from the Path's last tour.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll check them out. Yeah, I haven't heard of them yet.
Oh, they're great. It was great having Harvey up here in the studio because he came up. I slow cooked a beef bourguignon in the oven, which was wonderful. So at the end of the day, we had this very nice French food. And all day we were just in the studio collaborating on like who's sharing what part in this song. Lyrics were already written, but Harvey came in and we had a day of like collaborating on which parts we're sharing. So he doesn't just do like a section; he's on the whole track. It's great. We just share parts together. It's great fun.
That's awesome. I love when like songs have features like that, and it's not like just one little section. It's like actually like back and forth. Like I love that.
Yeah, it really makes it like an exciting and special part of the track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. And
like sorry.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying, I think like the Yellow Jacket feature from Sam Carter and Spirit Box's song. I think that was a fun.
Yeah.
Straight front to back. He's just on the whole thing. It's great.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And even Architect's new album, like holy shit, that was really good.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah.
You know what? I preferred that more than most of the albums.
You know what? I agree. Like I think it's honestly might be a hot take. I think it's a little bit better than Holy Hell.
Yeah, I've not enjoyed an Architect's album really for a long time. So when I heard that, I was like, "This fair play."
Yeah,
okay, they're back.
Yeah, I highly agree. Like I wasn't a big fan of what was it like the symphony of whatever that was. I don't. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that one. Like their last like three.
Yeah, I don't know. It was all just.
Yeah.
It was just that. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
this new one felt like a culmination of what they are, like what Architects is, and incorporate it with modern metalcore. And I thought it was a very good mix.
Yeah, it was Architects with the Jordan Fish experience.
Yeah, yeah,
That's good. Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, it's what Jordan Fisher core people usually call it. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I like the albums he does. I mean, it's got his very specific sound, but I
mm,
like it. So I
yeah.
like that album.
And let's see. Last time you were on the show, we talked a lot about uncertainty and where Shields might go next. Sitting here now with the album finished and about to be released, how does it feel looking back in at that moment?
Oh, interesting. Um, I guess it feels interesting because I hadn't thought about it like that at all. I guess we did Bury Me and we
Mm,
did our show back, and then we got talking to our label again, who well got talking to us actually. We then got back with our management, and they were just kind of echoing the same thing, which is we can't really do anything with you until you've got a new record, until you got new music. So we just very quickly were committed to doing a new record, and that's been the focus ever since. So looking back on it, it's been actually a very healthy part of our lives to get into doing this. Yeah, wow. I feel like we've changed and evolved even in the last 2 years since
hmm.
committing to do this. Because about what, 2.5, 3 years ago that you and I spoke last, I think.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Like it was like literally right after "Bury Me" came out.
yeah, right. Okay. So that was, I don't know if we'd just done our first show back or we were just about to do it, but it'll be around that time.
Yeah, I think you were just about to. I think you were still in the process of like talking and promoting that.
Yeah, cool. Wow. Um, I guess we knew we were doing this again, but now it feels like we're really together and solid as a band.
Mm,
Didn't really feel like that yet. Although that was kind of like the perception we had when I look back on it. We weren't really together in the same way.
mm,
Um, me and Sam and the new members have spent a lot of time rehearsing and working together and shooting videos and shooting content, and it's really come together in a way I hadn't expected. Especially with the aesthetic we're going for. I don't think we knew what we were going to look like back then. We just kind of were like, oh, we'll just put clothes on that we like, and
mm.
I don't know if that really made us look like a band, but now I think aesthetically we fit in really well with each other as well. We've started to like, it's like our periods have aligned.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, I remember when we first talked. Yeah, it was very, like I said, like the uncertainty of what the future would hold. But I'm really glad to see where the future is taking Shields right now.
Yeah, thanks, man. Feels good to be doing it. I didn't expect to be doing it like this. In fact, 4 years ago, I didn't even think that we'd be doing Shields ever again. So this is it's all just nice.
Mm,
All good.
yeah. Well, from the audience perspective, which me, I'm more than happy. I'm so glad.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate the support of every single person that is excited to see Shields come back and is actually just kind of seeing Shields for the first time as well.
Mm.
I wonder how that looks. I don't know. Don't know what the kind of stuff people are vibing off us from this new thing. I guess we had a
Mm,
better idea when we were touring more. That's the difference is we're not touring much. We haven't
mm,
toured much in ages. We used to tour all the fucking time.
mm.
And we'd see a lot of the kind of people that were coming to the shows and the reactions and how people were interacting with what our music was.
Right.
That's the next step really is seeing what it means to people in real time.
Mm. Now, as like I said, like an audience, which is like me, I feel like the modern like metalcore audience has changed a lot since like 2018. Do you feel the same? Like I feel like before then, like it was before TikTok, like so that I feel like
Mm.
that audience has changed a little bit with the landscape. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that. Metalcore back then was like what we were doing. Like Icy Stars and Asking Alexandria, and it was like a echo of the old metalcore and Parkway Drive, obviously, like the goats.
Yeah.
Um, Metalcore now has like got a lot more hardcore influences in there. Like a lot of metalcore you'd hear today, people would have called hardcore 10 years
Yeah.
ago.
Definitely.
Um, so it's interesting to see those two genres join
Mm,
together in that way. It makes sense because in all the shows, if there was a metalcore band, there was usually a hardcore band as well. And um, yeah, it's changed. We didn't have to do content back then. We just posted a picture, put some lyrics on it. People just liked it. It was great.
yeah.
It was easy. we could just go on tour and actually just be a band. Now we gotta become
And,
social media managers as well.
yeah, gotta become influencers now.
I know, god damn. Loathe have it down. They just don't post shit.
Or they don't release shit.
Yeah, and you know what? People fucking love them.
Yeah.
People fucking love them. And you know what? Fair enough. They're great. I love Loathe. I love Loathe. I want to see Loathe. I managed to miss them on the tour they just did in the UK.
You'll hate me. I saw them last year.
I'd love to see them. Really want to see them play.
Yeah, I saw them open up for Spirit Box and Dying Wish. That tour around here. That was a good tour.
That's a big tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big fucking lineup.
Yeah, and yeah, it was good. It was at the Hard Rock in Orlando, so it was a really cool venue.
Nice. Yeah, I saw Spirit Box just before their album came out about this time last year in Alexander Palace. Which you've probably seen quite. If you're still following Spirit Box, I think they've released quite a lot of very cool live videos from that show as well. And when they opened up with Phantom Montana, that song wasn't out yet, but I remember just seeing it and just like getting shivers. I was like, this song is gripped me. There's nothing inherently on paper that special about it, but something about them and Courtney and just the gravity that just revolves around her on stage is a spectacle to see. And I remember catching them from afar at Download last year as well, and I got the same thing again. I was like, they just have something.
Yeah,
they just have something about them that is very exciting to watch, and you really feel drawn to it. I think it's something about the way she moves and her confidence. Every single move she makes has no doubt behind it at all, and it's just smooth and not even that dramatic, but she's just really good at moving.
yeah, very good presence. Yeah,
but yeah, electric, magnetic. It's wonderful.
Yeah,
and seeing that song Phantom Montana on stage for the first time was so cool. I was like, wow, I don't know this song. This is maybe from an album I hadn't heard before. It just sounded amazing.
Yeah,
yeah. And then of course it opened up that record. I was like, wow, yeah.
Yeah, but like back to like the original point, I feel no you could I feel like the audience has definitely changed a lot. Like you said, like back before you just posted something, it got likes, and on YouTube or something, released a video, and that was it. Now it's like you got to release like 20 videos before an album even comes out, and you have to promote it, and it's just even the whole audience interaction I feel has gotten really different.
Yeah. It's too much. It burns people out. It's gross. It's not what music's about. Like just releasing content and videos. Like music's about music. It's we released I Just Feel Hate just on YouTube. We didn't put it on Spotify till 2025.
Yeah.
We put it on YouTube, got millions of views. It was great. I wish we could do that now.
Yeah, it's times have changed.
Times have changed. That's true. Didn't quite get that when we came back. We do now.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys re-released I Just Feel Hate, even with the new updated version. I think that's really cool.
Oh, nice. Yeah, thanks for checking that out.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to hear like the different like productions too, like the original and like the new one, like to hear the different like quality. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, well, we really wanted to release I Just Feel Hate on Spotify. We were waiting for the right time. And it was perfect because it allowed people to wake up to the idea that Shield are releasing music again. And there is a version of them that exists today that isn't just this legacy edition, which was, like the old I Just Feel Hate. We had to release the original on Spotify. We had to. But we really wanted to offer like a take on it that we were now. So that was the first thing we did in the studio, was create the new version of I Just Feel Hate.
That's cool.
It was good, yeah. Kind of geared us up to doing this album.
Yeah. And
I'll
be honest. I like the new version a little bit more. Like that original is its own thing, but I'd love that re-recorded version.
Yeah, me too. Don't tell nobody.
I'll cut this out. Yeah, I'll cut this out.
Yeah, I like the new version too, but a lot of people are very attached to the nostalgia of the old version. Like some people have come up to us and just said stuff like, "I like the new version, but the old version is just it brings me back to that space and time, that production that isn't very high quality, these days, and it feels like 2012. So that's the one that I like more purely for the nostalgia.
Yeah.
But that's just what some people have said to us. My preferred version is the new one because it just feels like us.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. And so now I just have like a few questions that are just like kind of spitfire, like just random questions, not like in any order. So I'll just go off of it.
Sure, go for it.
So what's the last album that you couldn't stop listening to?
McGee,
Ooh.
2 Star on the Dreaming Police.
Yeah.
Unbelievable record. Unfucking real. That had me captivated for a whole year.
Dude, yeah. My friend Alan got me into him, and that is such a good album.
It was so cool. And then I went and saw Sleep Token play at the O2, and they had that record on twice round in the interlude between Bill Murray and Sleep
Really?
Token. And I text Tom being like their sound engineer, and I was like, "Hey man, McGee, is that you that put on?" He was like, "Yeah." Turns out like they'd all been just jamming that whole album and that whole record like along that tour. I've not been excited about a record like that since like 2017.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned Bill Murray. I'm a huge fan of that band. Like Johnny Frank, I'm such a huge fan.
Yeah, no, they're beating us all to the bluegrass. Stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and it's so cool to see them, open up for Sleep Token at like, big like arenas. Like it's awesome.
Yeah, dude, like friggin' 17,500 people in that room that night. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I saw Sleep Token, I mean not Sleep Token, Bill Murray at the Sound Bar in Orlando that could only fit like 60 people back in like 2019.
Yeah.
So
wow.
it's so cool to see him like go from that and then now, huge festivals and like it's just so cool to see bands like that.
Yeah, it is. And like, Johnny Frank from Attack as well.
Yeah.
Back without a fringe.
No more Smokeahontas anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good record. I think a lot of the way me and Sam write, especially from like Life in Exile and our EP Guilt, we've been jamming that record a lot around this time. So Attack.
They're awesome. Like they're great. Like even I don't know if you still follow them. Like their new album is pretty good too with the new lineup.
Sam's played it a few times. It hasn't really stuck to me, but there's been a few moments when I'm like, oh,
yeah,
juicy riff in it.
Yeah, like, they're surprisingly really good. And like I was a little skeptical. I'm like this isn't Attack. Like this isn't who they are. But I guess you got to change with the times. So
yeah.
But I enjoyed it.
Nice. I'll try and give it a proper listen.
Do you have like a go-to pre-show ritual or like a superstition before a live show?
Oh, I'm a lot less attached to stuff like that these days, but usually my rules are this for doing a show. That is, I've drunk enough water throughout the day. I've not eaten at least 2 hours before we play the show, because then you don't feel good, you don't have the same kind of energy, it's not digested, you're still digesting. If I need to spend a good bit of time warming up, I will, but I've tried to just be relaxed. I think the main thing about these days, my ritual is just chill, relax. I remember we did this tour with Ice Nine Kills, and the old guitarist Justin, I'd been doing all these like warm-ups and getting ready and prepping my voice all day and shit like that, and he'd just be sitting in the backstage eating a sandwich and then go on and crush it, doing like back end singing, back end screams, and also shredding the guitar.
And
I was like, fuck, I need to do what that guy's doing. That looks much more enjoyable than the way I've been doing this. So I just take it easy. I make sure that I'm relaxed. Being relaxed is the most important thing. Being hydrated is the most important thing.
Good. Yeah. Good. And what are some songs that you would love to cover live? Like anything.
I would love to cover Clash City Rockers by The Clash. I think that would be a hard song.
Yeah.
I don't want to really love the Clash City Rockers. You need a little suck. Oh, a little sucker.
Dude, that would be awesome.
Yeah, wicked fucking song. Or
That one's definitely my favorite Clash song. I first heard that in Tony Hawk's.
Nice.
I heard
Oh,
that.
I didn't realize it on Tony Hawk's. Tony Hawk's. Another song would definitely be Johnny and Me. You know that Nirvana song. What the fuck's that called? Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. I was off Incesticide. You know that like B-side album they released.
I
Take me, yeah. Let alone long way. That one, that'd be awesome. I'm
and
gonna Spotify this now. What the hell is it? That'd be a fun song. You know, I'm not going to Spotify that right now because I'll just spend ages looking for it.
yeah. That'd be cool.
That one. Someone listening to this will know exactly which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, someone's gonna like hear this and go, "I know it." Not me. I don't know it.
Or final one, actually, to add to that is "Heretic Anthem" by Slipknot. That would also we've actually mentioned that a few times. If we're going to do a cover, it may even be that one.
Dude, hell yeah, do it, do it.
We did once release a Lady Gaga cover when everyone was doing like pop covers back in the metalcore days. You know,
the pop goes punk stuff.
Yeah, like all that. And we did a Lady Gaga cover that I don't think is on YouTube anymore. It was until recently, but if you missed it,
I'd never heard it. Oh no! What? Which one was it?
Bad Romance.
Oh no way!
It's so good. It's so bad. Sam took it off YouTube. He was like, "Nah, no, enough of that."
Dude, I would love to hear that.
I'll send it to you. I'll make a note.
Have you heard of Mice and Men's old cover of Poker Face?
No, I've not heard that.
I think they released it on like MySpace. It only exists on YouTube now, but it's not good. It's not good.
Wait, how do I get back to the
Sorry, Mice and Men, if you're listening, which you're probably not, but it's not good.
Yeah. This track is bad. Maybe they're okay. Maybe they know that.
Maybe they do.
Yeah.
Let's see. Was there a show in the past that you were most nervous to play?
Hard question to answer because I don't get nervous before shows.
You don't?
No. I feel very comfortable on the stage. It's a very nice environment for me to be in. I feel very home there. It's very safe. That's my safe space is being on stage. So, I mean, I've been okay with being on stage since I was at a young age. It's always just been a place where I've gone like, yeah, great, I can do that. I know I can do that, and that's somewhere where, you know, I was bullied in school. So for me, being on stage was a place that they couldn't touch me. They couldn't control that part of my world, and this was my space that I could control. And it's always been a very comfortable situation for me to be in. I think there's been times when I've not wanted to go on stage, not many, but like really just resisted the idea of being on stage. The only one I can really think of is when George died just like like the day basically we got back from the Escape the Fate tour, and there was one date left of that tour, but we had like several days off in London whilst they did some other dates around Europe before we rejoined them for the final date in Coco in London. We decided to do the show because we thought it's what George would have wanted us to do. And I remember I don't remember going on stage, but I remember being on there just being like, I'm gonna walk off. I am this close to walking off because what the fuck am I doing here? Like our bandmate has just passed away, and we're out here just fucking playing riffs again and playing breakdowns. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, I don't need to be here. But we did it. We got through it. I think that's the closest I can give you an example of it.
Okay.
Nervousness has not really been part of my life on stage.
Well, then I'll switch it up. What was the show you were most excited for?
Oh, good question. The Life in Exile show was really exciting. The album show we did that. The final show we did before we broke up was as in the final London show we did before we broke up was I was very excited about that. People were really hyped to see us. But you know what? We did a headline show in December last year, and I was very excited about that. We'd rehearsed to death, and we were pretty damn tight. So, you know, I was pretty excited to get up there and just give people like what Shields are now. Yeah, that felt like we really come back as both Shields, but this new version of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what's one word you would describe Death and Connection?
Sad.
All right.
Cathartic. I think it's a sad record. There's nothing happy about it, but you
Mm,
know, is happy art good?
yeah.
Really? Is it as good as sad art? I don't know if it is, personally. So the best art is born out of suffering
Mm.
or pain.
Well, cathartic's a good way to put it.
Yeah, the record's cathartic. We you know, like I said, we cleansed ourselves of our trauma.
Right. And I know you talked about you're about to go on tour soon. Is there a possibility? I've asked before a U.S. tour, any U.S. shows?
Oh, we'd love that. Bucket list item. Our main bulk of fans are in the US and Canada. So when we can get over there, we absolutely fucking will. Um, that's been on my bucket list my whole life. So yeah, hoping it happens. But you know, when the time comes and we're able to do it, we'll be over.
Hell yes, yes.
Yeah.
I will be there. Just if you do like Florida, please don't do Miami or Tampa, please, please.
Okay.
Those two cities are just rough. They're so
Really?
yeah. Like
Well,
Tampa's got good venues, but other than that, not much. I mean, yeah, Tampa's all right. You got the Orpheum's a good outdoor venue, I will say.
right. Okay,
But
that's cool.
Orlando and Jacksonville has some good venues.
Don't hate me if we end up going there because I uh I don't have much
Yeah,
control about where we get booked off on.
yeah, I know. It was just Miami. It's like
Yeah.
you look at a tour and it's like, oh, are they coming? It's like the most south they'll do is like Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm like, I don't want to go to Atlanta, please.
Yeah,
Like
that'd be great.
what tour was it? Black Dahlia Murder and Acacia Strain just announced a tour,
Nice.
and they're
Nice.
not even coming down south. It's all like north and west, and I'm like, come on, guys.
Oh, I see that sometimes. There's so much of the States, isn't there? That like there's
Yeah,
only maybe they'll do like another part of that tour. I've
I
seen
hope
that happen a few
so.
times as well.
I want to see. I saw Acacia Strain last year at Rockville, but I want to see Black Dahlia so bad.
Dude, I saw them before their vocalist died. It was so good. And
Man,
they are that vocalist was one of my main inspirations for like my high screams.
yeah, he's really good.
Yeah. No, and I'd really like to see him again. That was a great show.
And I kind of just have one more question left, but we could keep going afterward, like a little bit,
Sure,
if
yeah.
you like. But so for the people who've been listening to Shield since the beginning and have stuck around through the silence, what do you want to say to them now? Now that this chapter is finally here.
I hope you love the record, the new record, as much as we do. It's different from Life in Exile, but um, it's more Shields than Shields have ever been, and by that I mean it's more me and Sam than it's ever been. It's so close to our hearts. Life in Exile was an album we wrote to write music for, I think, an audience, but this record really, it's really us that we're giving you. We're really giving you our most authentic and honest selves. And you know, going back to what we're talking about, the vulnerability aspect, we just laid ourselves down into music sessions. All of our grief, all of our pain, like all of our lives in the last 2 years have been revolving around this record. And I really hope that you connect with it in a way that resonates with you. So yeah, I mean, I guess thanks for sticking around as well. But this is you know, hard feelings if you want the old Shields and you don't like this one. If you feel like that, feel free to listen to the old Shields.
Well, I really appreciate you, talking about the new album, the journey, the vulnerability of it all. It really means a lot to me.
Dude, yeah, thank you. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me about this record. It's been a journey.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. But I really do appreciate taking the time. I know you've been really busy the past I guess few months, past year or two. Like I know it's been a lot.
Yeah, dude, it's been full on. You know, like working our way up to the headline show. We were rehearsing just all the time. And now all the friggin' content we've had to shoot and the music videos, and
Mm.
it's just been a big old grind the last 2 years, and now especially working up to the album. We have this listening party like to celebrate the album before it comes out in this place called Blondie's in London. um so we're going to do some acoustic songs there. We actually
Oh,
have It's been
cool.
a really fun event that was being curated by us where um Blondies are hosting it, but it's free entry, and everyone gets like a free event laminate on the door when they come in. No, we haven't got them. I thought that they were just like right there, but I could show you them. But a nice little kind of like tour laminate style commemorative event laminate that everyone gets for free when they come in.
Oh, cool.
We have Death and Connection themed cocktails, which are exclusive to that one night only.
Ooh.
Going to be selling the record ahead of release. People can go there and buy the vinyl and the CD before we release it the week later. Like I said, some live acoustic songs from the record, which will be fun. What else we got going on? Me and Chris are doing a DJ set after the event until close, so we're going to be DJing from like 9 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. It's going to be great. Yeah, it's a tiny room. The room is like this size, maybe even smaller. So that even 30 people in there will just be enough to just fill it out. It'll be a fun little event, and we'll play the album for the speakers as well when people are just schmoozing and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
But dude, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. We've had so much, we spoke a few years ago, and we've talked every now and then on Instagram. So
yeah,
to just talk Lord of the Rings in person.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're always liking each other's stories.
Yeah. No, Alex is at this show. That's cool.
Yeah.
I also like that you reshared my like Lord of the Rings as a Christmas.
Yeah.
Thing,
Yeah.
I think on Christmas Day. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh, that's awesome.
So good because the Fellowship departs from Rivendell in the books on the 25th of December. So, yeah. I mean, that's when the Fellowship starts. That's kind of where the quest really starts.
Yeah.
That's a Christmas film in my eyes.
Yeah. I mean, it's like this thing that people say, like, Die Hard's a Christmas film because it takes place on Christmas. And then there's the people that say it doesn't, but it's like, I think so. I think it does.
Die Hard's a Christmas film.
Thank you.
No, saying Die Hard isn't a Christmas film is like saying Home Alone isn't a Christmas film.
Yeah. Because
Home Alone is only a Christmas film because it takes place on Christmas, right?
Exactly.
Die Hard takes place on Christmas. There's the freaking proof. Case in point. That's a Christmas film. Gets much more on Christmas. Eat it.
Totally agree. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. It's been a good Christmas film session this year. I've had more time for it.
Yeah, man. I don't know. That's all I got. But
nice, man. Well, dude, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me about this. It's great to chat again. Yeah. It's good. It's good to catch up because we had a few conversations here and there online, but it's cool to get everything out, talking in full conversations. Absolutely, man. Of course, if you ever want to talk to any of my members, just like hit up Hannah from our PR team again, and and we'll make it happen. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm glad I can keep promoting the word. I want to get everyone on the Shields train. Yeah. Thanks, man. Well, like I said, if we're ever in your neck of the woods, let us know, and we'll make sure that we just get you on the list. Hell yeah. Yeah. No Miami. Of course, Miami. And I'll send you our Poker Face cover, and I'll send you our record as well. Yeah, man. Thank you. I'm excited to hear the album and Poker Face. Oh no, Bad Romance, right? You said it was Bad Romance. Oh yeah, it's Bad Romance. That's it. It's not Poker Face. I think it's people are talking about Poker Face, the Mice and Men one. So. Yeah. Bad Romance. I'll write that down because I literally just like put it in my notes. Okay. Sweet. And record. Nice one, man. Well, I love you and leave you. All right. But like I said, thank you so much for making this happen. It's great to chat again. Yeah, man. Yeah. Again, thank you so much. This has been awesome. Absolutely appreciate it, dude. Appreciate you. Yeah. Thank you, man. All right. Great. Have a good day, man. All right. You too. Have a good night. Thanks. Bye-bye.